So I started my PhD with the idea to improve online education. I started seeing the potential of gaming to make education more inclusive and also more engaging. And you know, games are very complex. So you have the music, you have the images, you have all the interaction systems. You can create fictions and adventures, and it can be very creative itself. What is important to understand is that I don't design games myself, but I enable other people to design games. So essentially people who have never designed games before or who have no technical skills whatsoever can learn how to make games. So we have games that are mostly 2D, and they're sometimes interactive stories or puzzles or platform games or stories, or like they can be very different one to another. Games have huge issues in terms of representation and discrimination. And this is mostly due to the fact that most people who design games and the teams of game designers only represent one segment of society. So whenever you have more diversity in teams of game designers, then this diversity is reflected in the games that are being created. So let me give you an example. As a kid, I used to play a lot of Super Mario. And it's only recently that I understood some of the issues related to this game. So, for example, the only female character is Peach. Peach, who is a princess, the only one wearing a pink dress. And throughout the whole game, she's actually kidnapped about 16 times, and every single time she's saved by Mario, a male character. So I think this game does convey a message where females are seen as being weaker than male and that need to be protected by a male character. For me, it was very important to use diversity in groups to really tackle this problem of representation and discrimination in games. I think also something that was interesting is that in most games, we call them game jams. So a game jam is essentially an event where people go and with the intention to make games in 1 or 2 days. And I think what was interesting is that most of game jams are mostly attended by men because they are expected to have some technical skills. My game jams, the one that I organized, were attended, there was actually more women than men. There was as many people who were over 52 than people who were between 25 to 16. We had great representation from the LGBT community, people with disabilities, so it was very, very, very inclusive. The first time I had my event and I saw those people using the tools and understanding them, for me, it was amazing. It was really rewarding to see how people were engaging with those resources and how they wanted to create games. So I feel that, you know, you can choose to design a game and then you impact the players of your game, but you can also enable other people to design those games and then they feel that they're impacting their own players or people who play their games. Games have all the tools to make online education more, engaging, more fun, to give more power to students, to really, and they can shape their whole experience the way they want, essentially.